dancing the richest song I'll ever be with
Right.
Just out here getting into this shit.
Right. What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another Shit Talk Saturday. Sunday. Shit Talk Weekend Day. With Britt and Jamal. Rich will be joining us soon. He had to go be a husband and dad or something. I don't know. Something responsible. But he'll be joining us soon. So we just wanted to get started.
Yeah. So we back. We're trying to get our scheduling worked out with everything across the board. Like it's been a lot. It's been a crazy weekend. We just did a Patreon dump. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, you know who you are. If you're not, ain't too late to jump on the bandwagon.
Absolutely.
But yeah, our Patreon subscribers should be happy. We got our stuff out. Also, we finally got scheduling down for Anime Corp. So we're going to record on Thursdays. We will do our best with the video edits. We are not wizards of the keyboard. I am not an expert video editor. I'm barely a good arguer. I feel like I'll be getting my ass kicked by Rich in these Anime Court debates. But I do usually come up with some good points, and I'll be watching them back, and they'd be like, So, you know, we're going to do our best. We're going to get those out by at least Friday consistently. There will be no more YouTube drops, no more Facebook drops on the Anime Court. We're going to just set them straight to Patreon. So if you are a subscriber to Patreon, you're going to see me and Rich get to do our thing. We got plenty more episodes. We got so many more topics. We got so much more stuff coming for y'all. And it's going to be great. Like, you're going to love it. And like, I can't wait to show you what we actually have in store. Because this summer, me and Rich actually plan on meeting up. So, you know what it's like if you've honestly ever seen me and Rich together, it's pretty much the same dynamic. It's just, there is no Brittany to interact and be like, all right, you guys, let's cut this off. Or I'm going to meet the other person. Or I'm going to kick y'all off. It's straight. It's raw. And it'd be like our recorded reactions and Anime Courts Live. So if you'd like to see any of that, if you have any like inclination or you just want to come in and see how we doing, like pop in and say hi. We'll let you know where we are. I think we're planning on meeting up in North Carolina. We plan on meeting up in DC. And
we'll definitely announce meetups as they come along.
Yeah, so if you're a fan, you might want to look out for that, especially our Patreon users. We'll definitely let our Patreon users know when Rich is in DC, specifically DC. I don't know about North Carolina. That might be tricky. We got a lot of stuff going on. We head down there to go see Rich, but DC definitely. We got a couple of days. We can block out Rich's schedule if you got some time.
Imagine like speaking on behalf of Rich.
I am speaking on behalf of Rich's schedule when he comes to DC.
Weird.
He told me there were no homeless people, so I'm going to show him where all the homeless people be. I'm going to show him where all the crime be. He was very disappointed in like the fact that he didn't see fights, he didn't see homeless people, he didn't see none of that. So yeah, I got some making up to do for my city next time.
What? That's terrible. That's not making up to do. That means he had a pleasant time.
Not in Rich's ass.
Anyway, so from keeping it real perspective, just to give you guys all an update, Shay and I have concluded our episodic reviews of You. Our last episode will be released on Thursday. And then we're moving on to Bel Air. So we're super excited to get started with Bel Air. We will also be doing that episodically, obviously, because it gets released that way.
Yeah, Bel Air's definitely been like fire since it first came out. Like that season 1 was like lit. And the fact that Tatiana Ali gonna be in this season, I'm excited. Like I'm here for it to see like young Ashley and old Ashley, like, and then we got to see like the light skin Aunt Viv and the black Aunt Viv, and it's like, oh shit, we get Aunt Viv.
First of all, light skin Aunt Viv is also black. As a light skinned nigga.
All right, light skinned Brittany.
But yes, so that is what's going on with Keeping It Real. We are also going to be moving a lot of our content strictly to Patreon. We did do you on YouTube just because we knew that it would bring a lot of traction and views, which it has. But we will be moving everything strictly to Patreon. So if you are not already a Patreon member, become a Patreon member. It's only $5 a month.
Jump behind that paywall.
We will be pushing out content from Keeping It Real, Anime Court, and I'll still also be doing exclusive interviews on Patreon as well. So that will all be there. But yeah, I guess we can jump into Shit Talk Saturday because I'm not going to keep stalling anybody who's listening too much without Rich. But yeah, so jumping in, we did not have a Shit Talk Saturday last week. And then obviously today's Sunday, so there's a lot to talk about from the last couple weeks. Last week was the Super Bowl, and obviously the Rihanna concert that had football before and after it. Sorry, that's what the Super Bowl was. But
Rihanna concert
announced her pregnancy, so kicking things off with
should
congratulations.
I pull a Rich and go boo?
Well, no, Rich would say nobody cares about Rihanna.
I can't. I'm pulling the Rich for me. This is about me. Baden got pregnant twice on me. Like, how could she?
Back to back.
I'm not saying that I leave my wife. I'm just saying that the opportunity came up to make a video with Rihanna.
What kind of video?
The kind that'll give me $1 billion. The fuck?
I'm dead.
Like, why are we sitting here pretending like you don't know who I am?
No. I mean, I know Rihanna is definitely on your like celebrity.
That's the one
hit list.
Like, I'm not saying I'm a cheat on my wife, but if there was ever a one that'd get it, I mean, it's Rihanna, babe. Rock's joke, like, Rihanna's so bad you might have to apologize to your wife that you did it. Just like, you know what this is.
You're hilarious. So congratulations to Rihanna on her new baby.
If we congratulating people, I'm congratulating Nelly for living out my childhood dreams of going back to Ashanti. Also,
yeah.
Boo.
Is that confirmed or is that alleged?
So they did. So she never came out and said anything.
Mm. Okay.
But
it's a thing. They're around each other.
I mean, they circling the block. Like, they're of a certain age where circling the block is not like uncommon.
Oh, they have a matching chain. So the rumors have come from them wearing matching chains. I mean, Ashanti's motherfucking bad. And if Nelly is still single and Ashanti is still willing to take him back, more power to them. It worked for Jennifer and Ben.
Yeah. I mean, Thanos out here, she collecting rings.
Don't come for J-Lo and her rings.
Did she not Thanos that shit?
Don't come for J-Lo and her rings.
J-Lo went and sealed Batman. Like, she got Batman faster than Warner Brothers did. And fuck Warner Brothers, by the way. Since we talking about Warner Brothers and what they did to Judge Mathis. If you know Britney, then you know Britney has been like...
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people don't know that, though. I wouldn't say if you know Britney, because I feel like that's just something that we do in the house. I don't talk about.
You
don't sit with me and watch it?
Wow. I ain't got no choice, baby. We in the same house. So I am a subscriber to YouTube Premium. I do not like commercials. If you don't know that about me, like, I will skip over an intro to an anime. I'll skip over an intro to anything. I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want commercials. Just give me my content. Like, give me what I came here for. So, yeah, like, since she's met me, she's had YouTube without commercials for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And she's just now discovered that, like, over the pandemic, she could watch Judge Mathis, and that made her feel like that's what she did as a kid. She'd be like, "This is what you did on sick days, right? Right?" And I was like, "I guess." So that one video turned into, "I'ma just subscribe," because we went down the Judge Mathis hole. Because 6 hours later, we were doing the Devil's Lettuce and still watching Judge Mathis tell people, "I know a crackhead when I see one."
Yeah, so I do. I enjoy Judge Mathis. I think he's fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna hold you.
She does know a crackhead when she sees one.
I do know a crackhead when I see one, and maybe it's a Detroit thing.
I keep forgetting he from the 313 sometimes.
So Warner Brothers canceled Judge Mathis. Fucking heartbreaking.
Super. He's been on for like ever, dog.
Facts.
Judge Mathis been telling people that I know a crackhead when I see one since long before I knew what a crackhead was. Like, I was calling people crackheads before I knew, oh, you were going to be a crackhead.
So they canceled it, and Judge Mathis said, "Hold my beer." He is going to essentially, like, take his show.
He's taking his ball and rolling with it. Like, he's going to take the courtroom situation, the courtroom standard, and go to a black network, right?
Yeah, he's going to a black network. And he's hiring more black people. So
that's what's
more
up.
Black staff. I mean, it's going to be sad to see, what's his name go?
Damn, you forgot your boy already?
Yeah, it's not here in my head. And you clearly forgot too. That's why you're making it a big deal and not just answering the question.
It started with a D. I want to say Dooley? Fooley?
Nope.
Dewey?
No.
Oh, no. Man, that's what they call The Rock, ain't it?
Yes. Wait, what's that called? What's his
Bailiff?
Bailiff name?
Wow.
Doyle.
See, I told you it started with a D.
Yeah.
If y'all listening on the playback, just know this is how much of this she makes me watch.
Wow, that's crazy. That's what you're saying on air. That's insane. Well, that's crazy. Because we also watch other court shows. Not by my own choice.
What other court shows we watching since we don't me under
Court Cam.
All right, so I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a fan of anybody doing something crazy in court. And, like, if you've ever wondered why you get so many Florida man or so many, like, Detroit man or anything like that, it's because these cities decide to make public record of their arrest warrants and their arrest records. Texas is also one of them. That's why you get a lot of crazy people in Texas, and they say Texas is giving Florida a run for their money. It's not to say that crazy stuff don't happen all around the states. It just happened more or less in states where it's like blasted worldwide, nationwide in the news, and it's like Florida man. So it's like if you looked it up today, you could see what Florida man did, but can't look up what Maryland man did.
I mean, you can look it up, but it's just not on TV.
Remember we looked up that Greenville police officer?
Yeah, down the street.
Yeah, dude got in trouble for prostitution. Like,
yeah, no, that's crazy. But I was going to say before we segued far away from our congratulations.
Super.
Circle back a little bit back to our congratulations.
Really there.
Yeah, and also say congratulations to the brat who is expecting her first child
at 48.
At 48 years old. She didn't think she'd ever. This wasn't in the cards for her. So
I mean, honestly, like
her and her wife.
I'm not gonna hold you. I've only ever remembered her with one man, so I can't really say this was ever going to be in the cards with her. And I'm not even saying like, oh, Jermaine Dupri. Like, nah, that one dude was Allen Iverson. Now, I'm not saying that Allen Iverson was a cover story because you Allen motherfucking Iverson, you were at the height of your powers. You were coming into the NBA. You were doing stuff that nobody's ever seen before. Like, that was That was you. That was Vince Carter. That was Kobe Bryant. That was Tim Duncan. That was Shaq. Like that was an exciting time to be in the league. That's when hip hop came. Basketball. I'm a basketball fan. Like I'm not gonna hold you. At the moment, I am currently glancing over at like the game. The Timberwolves and the Golden State are playing now. I don't know if y'all watching this at what point, but it's 78-76. So let me know in the comments when you rewatch this, like who won this game. Because Brittany's giving me the death stare and I'm not able to rewatch.
Wow. But yeah. So speaking of death stares.
Ooh.
Yeah. Some of the bigger news, like I said, from the last couple of weeks. Being from Michigan, there was a shooting on Michigan State's campus. 3 were killed, 5 were injured. But I think one of the sadder stories that came from this is that 2 people who were involved in the shooting had survived mass shootings and school shootings before. One was from Sandy Hook.
And the other was from the Michigan school shooting that actually happened. I think we were in Michigan when that one happened.
Like 2 years, maybe 2019, I think is when it was.
No, I think it was like, I feel like it was like 20.
I feel like it might have been like 2 years prior.
Yeah.
2 years prior to the shooting that just happened.
Like, at this point, I feel like we need to do something before it feels more or less like the Final Destination, where you feel like you escape one dangerous, scary ass situation,
and it's put like back into the same.
I'm good. I ain't never got to go through this again. Like
it's a once in a lifetime situation.
And I'm going through therapy, and I'm getting help. I'm doing the process that y'all want me to. Like you told me to heal myself, come back from this. The trauma isn't so bad, but the trauma followed me.
Right.
Like, you can't be in school. You can't be in church. You can't grocery shop.
Yeah.
At one point, do we say, yes, you have the right to bear arms?
Or the movie theater or the mall.
You can't be in your own house because people shoot you through your own house.
Yeah.
Like, you have the right to bear arms, but you don't have the right to bear those arms at other people. You don't have the right to bear those arms in a menacing way that you're rolling up on somebody, killing average people. These people ain't hurt you. Put the guns down. Learn to fight. Great.
Facts. Sorry, Jamal has really bad allergies, so I can't mute because
we on there straight together. So my bad. If you watched the anime court video, you would have learned I've been mad nasally since like a brick. We moved recently within the last like year, and like there's a giant forest of trees near us. Like every which way, my allergies been beat. My belief, like I've been getting beat like a $2 drum, and a baby just crushing it, dog.
I have like allergies too, but mine always hit like after his. Like his come on very early, and he takes medicine and it starts getting better. And then as soon as he's like able to breathe, my shit hits. So
because someone decides not to take the medicine, as I'm like,
because I don't want to take medicine if I don't have symptoms.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, and I feel that taking antihistamines for what? To dry up all the other cavities in my body? Because then that sounds like a problem for you.
Yeah, that's a super problem for me. Yeah. So we gonna wait till the problem hits.
Exactly.
You wait till that first sniffle hit, baby girl.
Exactly. But yes, with the shooting, wrapping that up, one of those who were killed was Delicious from Flavor of Love, if you are familiar with Delicious. And if you know me, I love reality TV. But it was her niece.
Much like me, she married one of the exonerated 5, and that's where you'd more know her from.
Married and divorced.
Oh, she divorced someone?
Or or they're separated?
They're going through marriage boot camp, last I heard. And that's how I be keeping up with reality through the commercials and whatnot that she be watching while I'm playing my Switch. I be just a cooling in the background.
But yes, her niece was one of those among the 3 that were killed. So the shooter himself had no affiliation with anyone to their knowledge. It was a murder-suicide. So
yeah, he was like a 40-something-year-old man. Like he wasn't even campus. Like. Honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. At 40-something, you shouldn't have been on a college campus that late at night unless you were visiting or dropping off pizza, food, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and something. Like, you ain't had no business being there.
Look at Rich. Rich is here. Kind of.
Rich is not here. That's Black. Speaking of Black, what up, Rich?
We can't hear you.
Nope. My boy having audio issues. He having time issues. This is why we are unapologetically Black. Dangers of making a live show, people. Live show, live shit happen. Look at him trying to figure it out. That boy lost. Let's turn the song back up, see if he hear that.
I think he can hear us. We can't hear him. Yeah, he can hear us. We can't hear him.
All right, bet. While he can't hear me, I'm going to talk about his boy.
He can hear you.
All right, while he can't respond and he can hear me, I'm going to move on to the next story about how his boy got an extra 20 years thrown at him in Chicago for federal sex charges.
His boy.
You know, Uncle R. Kelly, because
Rich
still them songs.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? All right, yeah, my son unplugged my mic. So
oh, shit.
I had to put it back in.
His phone was more important, I'm sure.
RJ
or whatever happened.
For his birthday, I would say that, yeah. So we're going to say yesterday was more important than anything. So I let him have his way.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
He says thank you.
I'm sure he did.
What's up? How y'all day going?
Good. I mean, we've already been talking about the stuffs, but overall, day's been fine. We've been cooling.
Yeah, I went and got ramen for the first time yesterday, so I was pretty excited.
You said you got robbed for the first time yesterday?
Ramen. I finally like
ramen.
Yeah. So I've been to a barbecue spot that serves ramen. Like, that was my third time going, but every time I've got something different. First time I got like Korean wings. Bomb. Second time we got a hot pot for the first time. It was amazing. Like, definitely recommend if you've never done hot pot, go ahead and give it a shot. Like, you know, try something a little different.
I eat ramen all the time. I love ramen.
Fucking delicious, dog. Like, somebody told me, oh, you know, you should go ahead and try ramen. And I was like, I could see that.
Yeah. We got this it's a place out here called Super Bowl Z or something like that.
Okay.
It's a Dragon Ball Z spot.
Dragon Ball Z theme one?
That's out here. And they have ramen and they got all kinds of Dragon Ball Z themed drinks. Brittany took me one time on a date.
I mean, good. If you want me to pull up to Texas, just say that. No.
I mean, I've been saying that.
But you never told me that there was a ramen spot that was specifically themed out the Dragon Ball Z in Texas.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's hilarious. That's all you needed to say, apparently.
Right. Like, you know, I'm there for a good gimmick.
Yeah. And we've been planning our year. So we'll have to go back to the calendar and figure out, like, try to where cons are and whatever.
This will make the second time that I've made my way to DC. And y'all have yet to make y'all way out here.
Do you plan on coming, for Izzy's birthday in North Carolina and whatnot? It's not quite Texas, but it's traveling to be in your space.
Yeah, you traveled. You were in Ohio. We were traveling through Ohio, and we tried to catch up with you in Ohio.
I think I had left by that. By the time y'all got out there, I had left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
exactly what
planned to
happened.
come see you on our way. We even seen Brad from What's Happening. So, you know, it wasn't us.
So what's the 411 for the night?
So tonight, we kicked things off.
Your number
Michelle.
one super fan ready for you, dog.
She ready. We stay ready so she don't gotta get ready.
She's at a con.
Absolutely.
Telling you how she's ready for the next con.
Exactly. Probably just got back from that.
But look, this year I'm coming as a surprise, right? So dressing up. Well, damn. I mean, you could have.
My bad.
Put the
It
mic on
wasn't
mute.
fast enough. I tried really hard to
I
put
asked
it.
her to mute real quick. I stepped off to the
Like-
side. My
We
bad.
definitely didn't. We got all of that trumpet in the music.
I muted for the anime court episode. Like, if you watch that, I was like this the whole time, but you couldn't hear anything. I was like, I was proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
On it. The mute
That's
button
hilarious.
worked.
So I missed it this time. So my bad. But anyways, kicking things off with our congratulations to Rihanna, who announced her pregnancy
And
at a
again,
Super Bowl
I say-
performance.
Boo.
And again, you say boo.
Don't make that face, dog.
I just thought we had said that already.
No, we didn't have a shit talk Saturday yesterday or last week, and that was the Super Bowl.
Was it? I feel like time is moving really fast.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like, time is weird in that way. Like, you feel like it moves fast. You also feel like it moves slow. Like, you be like, damn, dog, did this happen? Nah, that already happened. But that didn't happen.
We don't have
Because, like, you get the Super Bowl, but you usually get the finals or at least the playoffs right around the time of the Super Bowl. And we still like 20 games away from the playoffs.
Right.
So,
yeah.
time is weird.
And then the brat, congratulations to her as well, expecting her first child at 48.
At
That's kind of,
eight.
that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, anything after 30 is usually
Anything after
dangerous.
35 is considered high risk.
High risk. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
And I mean, the fact that like Allen Iverson couldn't shoot a shot at that's 2 rings he didn't get. They denied that boy twice.
Well,
He's still a GOAT, all right? He's still a GOAT in my eyes. Not the GOAT, a GOAT. Just for his time, for his contributions, for what he did and brought to the NBA. He brought a level of cool and swag that was not present before he got there. They did not.
how the hell did we get on Allen Iverson? Weren't we just talking about the brat?
because Allen Iverson used to date the brat.
When you speak of men who dated the brat, that's the only one in my mind that I could think of. So when she says I'm bisexual, it's like, what dude you been with?
I never knew she had dated Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
So Allen Iverson's from Virginia. When he came back home, it was a big deal here. So anytime like he came here, the city goes crazy still. And like as a unit, we refer to ourselves as the DMV. So it's DC, Maryland, Virginia. But you have to be in that like almost in that interstate to be considered the DMV. Because Baltimore is its own separate country. It's Maryland, but it's not Maryland.
So much.
Baltimore's its own country.
When you think of Taraji P, you don't think of Taraji and Christian Rock being from the same place.
I don't think of Taraji P at all.
I mean, well, she's a Maryland. She's from here. So like, as people like, as our famous actresses or our famous stars, I guess, because at this point, Christian Rock's like what 2 shows under her belt.
She's got a couple shows.
Yeah,
I thought she was pregnant. No,
I too thought she was pregnant.
Hey man, she in the gym lifting more than me. I'm not even getting in her business, dog. I seen her deadlift at 300, and I was like, nah.
that's funny.
Yeah, I mean that's what
I
that had said. You said what?
I remember when I could deadlift 300. My very first time deadlifting it.
Yeah, now your back give out on you. If you don't follow him on Instagram to watch when his back give out,
I wear my belt now. I wear my belt at all times.
He's responsible lifter now.
Now I am.
No
After
more
injuring
ego
my
lift.
back. Yep.
Ego's
watch him
heavier
lift
than
with
the
his
weight.
ego.
I was as much, and I don't make fun of people while I'm in the gym. I don't do that at all, right? You know what I'm saying? Wherever you start at is where you start at. But I was absolutely laughing.
In the parking lot.
I was absolutely laughing at Blueface as he was trying to lift the goddamn weight. I was 1,000% laughing.
So
The way his body was, it was like he was having a whole seizure trying to deadlift.
Yeah, nah, he definitely he couldn't lift it. He couldn't really do much, and I could see why she be beating his ass. It all makes so much.
I mean,
sense.
she was an athlete though, so it's not really surprising.
Yeah, and she from Baltimore. I'm not gonna hold you. You don't get the joke, but Baltimore is its own third world country. If you ever watch The Wire, that's what The Wire is. The Wire is exactly Baltimore.
I thought The Wire was in Chicago.
Hell nah, that's Baltimore. Exact city, exact everything.
Okay.
Still look the same, bro.
I've only seen clips of The Wire. I've never really seen the show.
I mean, it looked exactly like
I'm
Baltimore.
still waiting on Power to come back out.
I heard it's a big, big city. But did you hear what Chris Brown said about Blueface, and then Blueface said in response?
I read it ish, kind of. I didn't really,
All right, so
dive deep into it, but I will say every time Chris does something, niggas always talk about something that he did when he was 17. This nigga done probably been 17 twice now. He's 34.
Yeah.
Yo, get over it. And Blueface definitely can't talk about Chris Brown hitting anybody as much as him and fucking Chris Brown fight each other.
They're doing it actively.
No, that's not what he said. So he said, so Chris, first of all, he did do something when he was 17. Now, if we were all held to the standard of what we did as kids on a public stand note, no one would get anywhere. Ben Carson, as much as we hate to say this and that, he still became a neurosurgeon after he tried to stab someone. And you were the first neurosurgeon to separate conjoined twins. So you showed the world that that's possible. But if we held you to that standard and said, well, you're not allowed to become a surgeon because you tried to stab a kid one time as a kid, the knife broke on his belt buckle and you couldn't get anywhere.
I mean, that is pretty big. I think there's a huge difference between slapping a motherfucker and trying to stab them.
I went to a play and met Ben Carson when I was a kid.
Okay, that's interesting.
My only thing is that they jump on Chris Brown for what he did, but no one ever says anything about Rihanna literally beating the shit out of him.
She spit on him, she beat him, and they never actually.
She was made victim the entire time. It's never brought up. It's never blemished her career. If anything, it catapulted it.
Bad girl Riri.
That's bad girl Riri.
Bitch better have her money, or she gonna spit on you and beat your ass like she tried to do Chris. But anyway. What Blueface said was, you gotta get you a bitch from the gutter, from the streets that nobody don't care about, one of them little giants that you could just beat up on and she could beat back and don't nobody care. Because what you got is you got yourself a national superstar and people care about what happened to that girl. I got me some little trash giant and don't nobody care.
That's
basically what he said, more or less, and she was in the background laughing.
I don't want to basically. Did he basically say that, or did he say that?
I mean, it was not quoted. That was not quoted.
But there were a lot of bitches and gutter and trash that he used.
And he said, "I have a gutter bitch."
Yeah.
Yes.
And she ain't beat the nigga up.
I mean, not on camera this time.
I'm about to tell you, being on camera has never stopped her from beating him up.
That's why I said not on camera this time. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I ain't never seen one of them videos of them fighting, but thinking, damn, why are y'all going back to each other? Not why are you going back to him? Not why is he coming back?
Because they share each other's toxicity. That's why.
Absolutely.
And I mean, sometimes you need to grow out of that shit. But
but if she leaves him, she can't beat on the next nigga because he might actively kill her. He can't beat on the next woman because she will sue him. So they can only beat on each other. That's why they're with each other, because they can only beat each other without the other person, taking.
I'm not understanding why beating is necessary.
Yeah,
in general.
I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that that's what they're doing.
We as a podcast do not stand for putting your hands on anyone in any kind of relationship.
I don't stand on you putting your hands on people if they never touched you. Fuck out of here. Like,
don't put your hands on each other. Keep your hands to yourself.
Like, I'm not about to swing on Brittany even if she's swinging first. Like,
who not, nigga? 2 pieces and a biscuit, my boy. 2 pieces and a side biscuit.
I got at least 6 whole inches on her. Like, I
don't give a damn if I had 68 whole inches on you. You know that. So obviously don't swing on me because you know that I'm bigger than you. So no.
Yeah, and I'm not worried. Like,
because being 6 inches taller won't stop your eyes from watering up when she pop you in your nose. And nor will it stop the pain from happening. So nah.
Yeah, but one punch ain't gonna knock me out. One punch will just be one punch.
You never know. She catch you lacking. That jaw pretty glass like.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. But there was this one time, right, that I accidentally, he kind of moved his face into the process of my fist moving forward. His face got in the way, and I did bust his lip.
Is that how that worked? His face was moving and your fist was
in the direction of my hand.
Yeah. Yo, my lip was swollen. It was puffed up. I took a picture. I was dramatic.
And this was just coincidental.
It's coincidental.
Coincidence, as she puts it.
Complete accident.
I had snuggles in my lap. I should have cried to the police station. You know, they right down the street.
No one was angry when this happened.
No, actually, nobody was angry.
Not to my knowledge.
She was casually touching people.
I wasn't angry.
Snuggles might have been angry.
Like, if I don't look angry and I punch him in the face, maybe I can get away with it.
I wasn't angry.
Wasn't that the first time she punched me in the face, though?
Oh wow. Okay, let's not. Yeah.
Anyway, this is getting really incriminating.
Let's not.
Why you keep beating on me, Brittany?
Speaking of incriminating, so a few arrests happened in the last couple of weeks. When you hopped on, Jamal had mentioned R. Kelly being sentenced to
20 years.
20 additional years, or 20 years served, 20 years on top of the life.
Because
but now remember, life does not mean your entire
life means like 60 or so years, but that's
it depends on the state. Honestly.
Depends on the state, because some states life only means 25 years, but they're just not gonna say 30 years. They're just gonna say life.
But why don't they say it?
But he gets parole after 19 years because you gave him 20, but he gets parole after 19. And if I'm R. Kelly, I'm pissed off. Like, why? If I'm gonna say for 19, bro, I might as well say it for 20. Like, nigga, don't give me.
Yeah, why am I going on parole?
And then my last year is parole. I'm gonna spend 6 months out of that last year processing out.
He's gonna be what, like 70?
Yeah.
Something. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they might let him go in the 70s. They might be like, all right, dog, you no longer the piper.
So let's say he gets sentenced to 20, right? You'll get time served. Let's say that's 15, right? Because he's been in what, 2-3 years now?
Something like that.
So let's say 18, good measure, right? You get, say they let you out good behavior after 10 years, right? So you're still going to serve another 8, 9. That puts him at what age? Shit, 64, 65?
So how old is R. Kelly?
R. Kelly is 56 years old.
Yeah, nigga. That puts him at what, 64, 65? Shit. Kells is done.
I mean,
that's
64, 65. What math is this? That's only 10 years from now. You said 8.
If they let him out on good behavior.
Oh, okay.
He's saying if they let him out on good behavior in 10. 64, 65, you can still come out and not necessarily mount a comeback, but you could more or less like.
Oh no!
He can be home and not be out of jail cell. That's the most
thing. He gets to be home, but his ass is definitely going from that jail cell to a house.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Your ass is going back to jail.
R. Kelly still has fans. Like,
yes, but he
does. He has fans and
people
that listen to his music.
If he came out and he wrote music if he got into a house, they set him up with a recording studio, 10 years, he could come out and still make music.
Who's paying for that? He don't have money now.
He don't have money. Like he owes people money he don't have.
I'm not saying.
And you're still 10-year probation. So what are you doing? Like even if you get out 10, you still got 10-year probation.
Hey,
so
man,
where are you going?
Fans will raise money for whatever they.
You're right, because they were paying him to sing "Happy Birthday" from the jail cell.
Like,
I mean, that's true.
But that was the thing.
If you want it bad enough, you can do a lot of stuff to be able to get or see a celebrity. He is still a very famous celebrity. His autograph still travels. Like, he still can find a way to make money.
I highly doubt his autograph means anything to anyone. So I don't think his autograph is going to sell for very much.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what kind of memorabilia sells to what kind of people. Because there is a girl who started on 90 Day Fiance and she was selling farts in a jar.
Yeah, became a millionaire.
But we understand that.
But there had to be a niche for that. And I'm not saying what color these people are.
The niche.
Hey, man.
But that niche made her
That
$1 million.
niche made her $1 million. Bad Bunny or Bad Barbie or whatever her name is, turned 18 and cracked $1 million.
That was now okay. Let's talk about that. Are they considered perverts because they waited until she was 18? Yes. Or are they following the law, which says wait until she's 18?
Both.
It's both, but it doesn't make it any less creepy.
Just because you're a pervert doesn't make that you didn't follow the law.
I want to segue off of that because there was a story this week that I read. There was a youth pastor who celebrated his now officially girlfriend's 18th birthday. He is not 18. He's, I think, like 15 or so years older.
That's gross.
Sorry, James said a woman makes 6 figures acting like a dog. There's a niche for everything.
Again.
But anyways, so he made a post celebrating her 18th birthday. And in that post, he says that they have been best friends for 4 years. And that he's so excited that now she's 18 and she can be his girlfriend. Like, he essentially announced that through the church, he has been grooming this 14-year-old.
He didn't groom her. He didn't groom her, but he definitely waited.
Being best friends with a 14-year-old is weird.
Being a youth guidance leader means that you are around her from a young age, and like she probably showed interest in you. And like, I'm not gonna hold you. Little girls always catch a crush on a grown man, and like it's your job to just be like,
I'm a grown
man, and keep it as if I'm an adult. This is gross, and we're not going to do this. Like,
that's why he waited until she was 18. Now they're both adults.
Gross, dog.
That's what he did.
That's gross. That's gross, and that feels like grooming to me. Because if I send my child to you,
and I'm trusting my child
to
learn,
they're not your child anymore. They're an adult. They're making their own decisions.
That's
how you felt at 18. That's how you felt at 18. You did not care what your parents had to say. You wanted to do grown adult things because you were 18.
If she were to have met him, at 18, that is different than you met him at 14. And I've been sending you to him thinking that you're getting some sort of youth leadership, gospel, church experience. And whole time, he's praying on your ass and waiting for your birthday to come around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I seen that one too. Marcus Houston and his wife just celebrated their birthday, and he was
their wedding anniversary
around 13. He's known her since she was 13.
That's creepy. Like, bro.
Well, who was it? Was it Leonardo DiCaprio?
I'm not out here canceling the Beehive. How long was Jay with Beyonce?
Leonardo DiCaprio's current girlfriend, I think, is like 18.
Jay knew Bae when she was what, 17, 16?
17, I think. 17.
And that's creepy.
And that nigga 45 when she was 17.
I hate you.
Alexa, how old is Jay-Z?
He's not that old.
Jay-Z is 53 years old.
Alexa, how old is Beyonce?
40.
Beyonce is 41 years old.
Yeah. 12
What's
years.
your point? The nigga was 45 and she was 17 when they met.
Stop.
I believe
nobody yelled out canceling them.
was he told her on her 18th or 21st birthday that they were going steady. I have to re-listen to the song.
So they met when she was in 2000.
Tyga,
Super.
Nick Cannon made an active joke about this, and I think it went over a lot of people's heads. They were doing Wild Style on Wild 'N Out, and he told him that his girl wasn't even old enough to get in here.
Mm-hmm.
People laughed at that, but I believe that joke definitely went over a lot of people's heads.
So that's because at the time, Nick was dating Kim Kardashian before the tape came out. So when the tape leaked from Ray J, that's when Nick was dating Kim Kardashian. A lot of people don't remember that. So
What does that have to do with Tyga and Nick Cannon?
Because Nick would have been in the family before Tyga and would have seen the relationship between Kylie and Tyga.
Everyone knew about Kylie and Tyga's relationship.
He would have seen it from like
a more
intimate,
like being around the child
standpoint, being around the child, being in the family, being there. So Nick would have made that joke with some like personal ties. Like Nick knew these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Nick,
they all know each other.
And brings them on the these shows like Masked Singer, Wild 'N Out, like this and that. You love to see it because Nick be like, "Oh, these are my friends." Like, "Oh, I know this guy." And when he did that shit, like I remember that episode, and that joke definitely went over my head at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People laughed it off.
The story is it's creepy. I mean,
super
with Bad Baby, with the fucking youth pastor, with Tyga, it's creepy. It's creepy.
As a man with a daughter, I think that's creepy.
Yeah, I feel like as a parent, if there is a family friend in our lives and they watch my child grow up, I would expect you to remain a fucking family friend.
You can't go from Uncle so-and-so to like looking at Izzy as she grows up. And then it's like, well, you know, me and Izzy are dating now. We a thing. No, the fuck you not, nigga.
You Uncle so-and-so.
As long as it's a random old ass nigga, don't nobody care. It just can't be the old nigga that you know.
That too, but we're talking about that's not what we're talking
someone
about.
Who watched her grow up, like you're picking.
Right, I'm saying as long as it's an old nigga that didn't watch her grow up, then that's okay.
Nah, that's not okay either.
So, no, actually, I will say it's less creepy. It's still creepy, but it's the waiting to turn 18. Creepy. It's the waiting to turn 18 that makes it creepy. I think dating younger, you know, if that's your preference, it is what it is. But it's the waiting to become legal that makes it creepy to me.
So what if they wait until Bad Bunny was 21? Would it make a difference?
Bad baby,
bad guy.
Make a difference?
Yeah. The white girl, the Catch Me Outside.
Yeah, it would make a difference. At 19
3 years would make a difference.
You can drink. Like you super grown then. So no,
you're not super grown at 21.
But oh God.
Is he blowing his nose again?
No.
Oh, Snuggles is Snuggles. Yeah. Leave him alone.
Snuggles got on my nerves. I got to the door. He tells me, "No, not you."
Oh wow. I'd have definitely closed that door and made him wait. Oh yeah, you sitting here tonight, buddy.
He said, "Mommy, no, not you." Nigga, the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Like, who are you talking to like this?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to set Darius straight. I made breakfast yesterday for RJ's birthday. Got everything together. Darius came out a little bit later, and he looks at me. He's like, "Where's my drink?" And often I have to remind my children that they do not have the typical father. Like I will curse you out and not give a shit. Like who the fuck are you talking to? Huh?
Yeah.
But no, boy, get the fuck away from me.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that.
And then fix your juice. But that's not the point. I will fix your juice, but you better find a new goddamn way of asking.
Right.
You better show up with some manners and respect, or I'm gonna come back with some get the fuck out of my face where I'll knock you the fuck out.
I fuck around and I give you some beet juice.
Not some beet juice.
And make you drink
prune juice. There you go.
Get her ass some prune juice.
Not only are you gonna not like it, but you're gonna shit afterwards.
Drink it,
which is fucking.
Yeah. Okay. So other court cases that have occurred. Eric Holder got sentenced to life in prison for killing Nipsey Hussle. So that sentencing just occurred this past week. There was a woman in Wisconsin. I know you didn't really have a comment. That's why I moved on, because I've already heard your commentary on that. There was a woman in Wisconsin who choked out her lawyer in court after a witness did not show up for trial. Mind you, she was in court for decapitating her boyfriend during sex.
She got to include Florida woman.
A Wisconsin woman. She wasn't a Florida woman.
How do you do that?
That happened in Florida.
I literally just.
But how do you do that? How do you decapitate?
I don't know. how she
clearly
did that.
has a fixation on neck stuff.
She clearly enjoys choking motherfuckers.
But how does
I don't know how she decapitated him. I don't know. But I just know that's what the court case was for.
If I'm the judge, I'm dead ass. Ain't nobody going nowhere until we figure this shit out.
How? More like why? Why did you decapitate him? While having sex?
I'm not concerned with why right now. I'm concerned with how. How did this happen? Like, explain. And I'm telling you, if I'm the judge, we're not leaving this motherfucker until I get a good goddamn explanation.
Even after she chokes out her lawyer, we still about to sit here and find out.
Oh, blood, no, recess my ass. Sit there, catch your breath, nigga. We gonna figure this out.
You adjourn and recess yourself. I need to hear her story.
I tell the baby, look, just separate them. They'll be all right. Nah. We need to figure it out.
I need this story.
I need this story.
The tea.
I need it because I can't finish my day until I figure out how this.
Oh,
happened.
sorry. It was a drug-fueled sex.
She drugged them.
I think they were drugged.
Want to play a game of guess what race she is?
And they were having sex, and she decapitated him.
I'm gonna say
she probably had superpowers
with the palm of my hand.
I wish I had a ding button to give it to you because.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't have a real answer as to why, but it did happen in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Damn, I was wrong. She seemed like a Florida woman. That's some Florida shit. I'm
not
sorry.
From Florida. Where are they from?
Wisconsin.
Oh.
She was charged with first-degree homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault after the victim's own mother discovered her son's severed head in a bucket covered in a towel in her home.
Sexual assault? I didn't sexually assault this nigga. I killed him. There's a difference.
According to the police, she admitted to giving oral sex and using a sex toy on her victim after he was dead.
Oh, that's the assault. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. What drug are they on?
Killing him after, like.
What drug is this? Like,
meth.
I don't know. It just said drug fueled.
This is like that sausage party drug. Like, y'all seen the movie Sausage Party?
Yes.
Sausage Party was not for children.
Like, it has to be that level type drug. Because I don't understand what other drug makes you do this.
What was it? The bath salts or whatever? It
had to be like, like bath salt. Or what is it, LSD or some shit like that?
Yeah, that's the scary part of being in states where, like, they're lowering what you can actually do, like which drugs are legal, which drugs aren't, and where you can actually get this shit. Because, like, being able to be in one of those states where it's like, it's not illegal, but it's legal to be able to just get what you want. Shit like this happens.
Yeah.
I feel like every state said meth is illegal.
Yeah, I don't think anyone said meth is.
I think any state said meth is okay.
Meth?
Mm-hmm. One of those states declared all drugs legal.
And bath salts is not a drug. Bath salts is like Epsom
It's
salt.
never meant to be. Yeah.
They tell you to not inhale it. People just do it anyway. They tell you not to inhale it. Spice is the same thing. Spice literally says do not consume, and people just do it anyway.
I'm about to look it up and see which state declared all drugs legal.
Maybe Colorado.
Definitely Utah.
Utah?
Yeah.
Because they don't have shit else to do?
Nah, nothing else. We're gonna ban everything. And most of them are Mormon. Oregon
decriminalized meth.
Really?
Yeah.
So they didn't legalize it; they decriminalized it.
I'm about to say, but there's legit 4 people that live in Oregon.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Oregon. The
Exactly.
most I know about Oregon is the computer game, the Oregon Trail. I like that game.
Like I can't even think of what sports team play for Oregon. Like I'm struggling. Like
Oregon Ducks, their college team is probably their only like.
I've never fucking.
I don't even watch college sports, so like you lost me there.
All right. Other court-related things. Florida rapper kills his pregnant girlfriend days after being acquitted of a double homicide.
Damn, double homicide.
So, like, my nigga, you couldn't just take the blessing. You had to then
do another double homicide.
You were not the father, and then
after being acquitted of one double homicide, goes and commits another double
homicide. Yep.
That's what I said. Damn, double homicide.
Doug. And then
he thought he was gonna get off on Double Jeopardy.
Other story. So former Ohio State players, football players, were recently acquitted on rape charges. And the way that they were acquitted is
they had a good coach.
They had a coach that told them to always record consent.
A good coach would always tell you that.
So they recorded her giving consent.
The young lady said that she like recounted and she was under duress, but I don't know what the consent video looked like.
Right, but they said based off of the video, she didn't seem like she was under duress, and that she was in her right,
a willing participant beforehand, and whatever
obviously
transpired afterwards.
The 2 young men who were accused of rape were Black, and the young lady who was accusing them of rape she was not. Yeah, she was of the palm color.
You already know how this story goes.
No, absolutely. No. But the story goes
with them getting off because they did that, and
but getting off doesn't mean that they're like, well, I don't know.
Careers aren't affected.
Because you're playing football. Did you lose your scholarship already? And even if
this says former Ohio State players.
Right, you know what I'm saying, and even if you're acquitted, the school can always be like, well, we don't want to be associated with things like that. People that can get accused of things like that. So now you've lost all that just because she accused you of it.
Facts. Absolutely.
I would arguably say that she needs to lose something for accusing.
Absolutely.
Like there needs to be harsher punishments for people who come up, say,
"Can't because of the
you did this," and then I proved that I didn't do anything. What's my ultimate comeback for that?
You can't because of the Me Too movement. You can't do any of that. You cannot.
No, but I feel like in the court, like bullshit. When you can prove that someone's lying, there should be punishment.
Like,
not just
right. I'm innocent. I'm free. I'm ready to go. This bitch should go to jail. Like, I'm not saying.
I'm much like Juicy Smollett for lying to the cops. Like he, you know what I mean, going to jail for lying and for spending the money for.
Yeah, for that. But like, I think honestly, if you go up and you waste the court time, like you waste my time. I mean, I shouldn't be allowed to just tell you to pay for my lawyers. You should be. That's what it is, though, because when you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, that
truth. So help me God.
Right, but that is if you lie, you get prosecuted, but you don't see that prosecution. No, absolutely, you see it all the time. Niggas lie in court every fucking day. But niggas don't get prosecuted for it. A lot of times their cases just get thrown out when they get caught.
The judge know what I mean? Be like, I've heard enough of your lies, and they'd be like, Judge, come on, dog, throw their ass in jail.
Well, I'm sure some judges do, but overall, you don't see consistency in that.
No, and there should be consistency.
Only if you lie like with like some blatant shit and in an important case, right? So like Lil Kim, when you lie like that, if you lie, the Young Thug case, if you get caught lying in that, you're gonna go to jail.
Absolutely.
So it probably has to be a high profile case.
But if your lie affects somebody's life, like you said, like the students and stuff like that, you should definitely.
You should definitely be able to sue. You should be able to sue the school. because she's a student of the school. She represents your
Right.
school. You should be able to sue the school. You should be able to sue her. And then there should be. We just know that there won't be.
Yeah.
There
So
should be.
But there should be some sort of harsh repercussion because these young men could go on to play in the NFL. And now scholarships, sponsorships, like people know their name for being the wrong thing. And like when you know your name for being the wrong thing, you aren't going to bounce back like a Ben Roethlisberger and say, "Oh, well, you were or you did do some shit like this, and now I'm gonna give you a Head and Shoulders commercial. Now I'm gonna give you franchise sticker, and you're gonna make all this money, and the world's gonna know you, but the rest of the world's gonna know you're a shitbag. But because you're a certain color, you're gonna get away with it. And when they accuse a black man, all you get is a movie made about you, about how you didn't do that shit. And in the end credits, they tell you, well, you played this amount of years. Nah, that's bullshit, dog. And there are actual movies. Like we watched one on Hulu about a football player who got accused. Dude lost everything, scholarship, and then he came back. And I mean, he lost so many years. Like he did get to play for the Eagles, but it's like you didn't get as much as you would have in the beginning. You won't make as much money as you would have. You lost a lot on your mental. Like, and people don't realize that shit shortens your life because you're stressing so much that you're trying to figure this shit out. Like you lose years of your life. Like you're putting more stress and wear and tear on your body just trying to prove your innocence on your mental than you would be if you were just like, yo, I ain't do this shit. That bitch lying.
Right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of athletes who had a lot of stress on their mental, Brittany Griner did sign to play, I think, a year with the Phoenix Mercury.
Boo! I'm a Washington fan to the heart, dog. I'm glad she back, but yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Brittany Griner 6'8", 6'9". Even if she lost 3 years of basketball, she was still going to the WNBA and dominate half of them from being 6'8". Just
until with the Washington Mystics.
Off that. Any 6'8" woman that can dribble a ball and move up and down, you'll probably get drafted. Not saying she's not good, but you know, it's not a surprise to me.
So I'm not gonna hold you. I've already talked to Brittany about this. I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, but I plan on getting us season tickets and going to go see the Mystics. Like the games aren't that much. Probably just get season tickets to say like we are doing our part to support, rather than just saying, "Oh, well, we should have brought Brittany Griner home. They should make more money. We should be at the games." Is exactly what we should say. So when we're at the games, we'll show our pictures, we'll show our support. We watch the Mystics fans, so we want to see the Mystics take it all. Well, I'm a Mystics fan. Does Detroit have a WNBA team?
Yeah.
What?
The Sparks.
Well, y'all have fun with that.
I might be
WNBA is boring, so I won't be buying season tickets to go watch nothing happen.
They don't every once in a while.
So recently, today, do you remember the comic Dilbert?
Yes, I like it in the little newspapers.
Yes.
Oh, you don't like it anymore? You about to wipe that big ass smile off your face?
Newspapers have dropped Dilbert comic strips after a racist rant by the creator, where he basically urged white people to get the hell away from black people. And that black people are a hate group. We're a hate group.
I still like the comic Dilbert. I watch South Park. Vividly. So there's nothing Dilbert can say and or do that I have not heard 1,000 times over from people in South Park. And so it doesn't shake me one way or the other.
So basically, he just went on a rant, a racist rant, and I mean, honestly, I don't care about Dilbert.
Yeah, I was saying it's not that big of a deal. I remember Dilbert from newspapers and stuff like that, So it's not that big of a deal. But again, if you've grown up watching South Park, there's nothing any newspaper outlet or group of people can say that you haven't already heard that isn't extremely racist. Like,
I'm not gonna hold you, dog. I stopped watching South Park a long time ago.
that's because you have no humor.
Meh.
Yeah. And then lastly, there was last week, and I don't know if I haven't heard about any more, but last week the third balloon was shot down. Like a third one was shot down.
Damn, China. How many balloons you saying?
But now everyone online is talking about an alien invasion. And I'm like, is that really your fear? Because my fear is
ever since
nuclear war
out for streaming, niggas been talking about alien this and alien that.
Yeah, they're like, it's the aliens, they're coming for us. They don't give a fuck about us.
They're probably trying their absolute damnedest to stay away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I believe they like
humans.
Fuck, and Earth is this way. Earth is this way. Hey, nah, nigga, take a left, bro. We ain't going there. We ain't going there.
We ain't going that way.
It's full of water. The ozone's depleting. Like, what are aliens coming here for? Like, be realistic.
Have you ever seen Invisible, the cartoon?
Yeah.
No.
Well, he goes up. So, Omni-Man's son, which is his name is Invisible.
He's invincible.
Oh.
Invisible, whatever. But the alien comes down and he's supposed to fight him, and he's supposed to grade Earth defenses, but he was supposed to go to Urath and not Earth. He was like, "This isn't Urath." He's like, "This is Earth." He's like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to come here. I'm not supposed to be here."
That's hilarious. Yeah,
like, I think you guys show up on a do not go to list.
Yeah, and I believe that, like, honestly, because out of all these years, we're the generation that aliens pull up on.
Now,
like, you really think that?
I mean, let's think about it. If they came before now, they run into motherfuckers from 1950s. That's the Korean War, right? 1970s, you got Vietnam War. America is 247, 45 years old, and we've been at war for all 247 of those years.
The Earth is billions of years old. If
Earth is, we're talking about civilization. They were probably here before we came around, but when we got here, they were like, "Nah, bro, we just leave them niggas alone, man. Let's just go somewhere else. They too stupid over here."
You're right. They simping over on Earth.
They tripping. Bro, they shoot each other. They dumb.
Right.
They still ain't figured this gun thing out. So, like, we'll be back when they figure this whole gun thing out.
All right.
They like shooting niggas.
Facts. It's ghetto here, but
that's what I hear.
It's the only place that we know of right now. It's the only planet that we can inhibit living.
They don't even want to inhibit. But see, that's the thing. They don't even want to come and take over our planet because we've trashed it so much.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, we thought y'all had good water here. This shit trash.
We have good water. We barely have an ozone layer at this point.
They might ransack the Amazon forest, be like, "Oh shit, y'all ain't find that in there."
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that. Y'all.
I bet you we're probably like on the discount on the clearance aisle of the universe.
Right.
Like, Earth 40% off.
If they were selling planets, like we the low budget one that everybody passed over. Like
Earth 40% off. You can't sell us to no goddamn body.
No. Take an extra 10%. Take an extra.
Bro, I'll pay you to buy them, bro. How much?
Exactly.
Hey, come on, man. They still got sun that work. Like, you want to pretend like they moon ain't still good?
It's not our moon. It's the same moon. What you mean?
Nah, the moon. Our moon is from Earth.
Yeah. But the sun.
Oh, well, the sun.
I guess the sun first.
Yeah.
It's a star in the sky
that they probably don't even care about.
Right.
They were like, this place is ghetto. Let's just leave. It just reminds me of Chicken Little. They're like, we didn't even mean to come here.
Right.
we really got lost on the way, and we just ended up here.
And that's how I feel like an alien invasion would start, because no one really particularly would come here and be like, humans. Y'all.
I don't think they would invade us. I really think they'd be like, my bad, bro. Like, we got lost trying to go to Urath. we ended up here at Earth, and my bad. Like, we're gonna leave now. Please don't bother us.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, we crash landed. We gonna get the fuck up out of here. We didn't mean to bother you. You don't bother us. Like, we can coexist here. I can see some shit like that happening. Like, they crash. Like, one ship crashes in the desert, and they die out there. Like, nothing crazy or fantastic has to happen. This ain't like a superhero movie. You don't get a Spider-Man spacesuit or some shit.
Yeah. Well, that is all I have. This particular week wasn't all that busy. A lot of this was from last week, but on Tuesday, we will be rejoining y'all for an episode on sex workers and the rise of OnlyFans.
Oh, Rich is ready. You see the look on his face right now.
I'm letting people know right now, you will see the most ignorant version of myself.
Oh, Rich is ignorant. I will not be here for the ignorant version of Rich.
No, it will just be up to me. It will be Rich. We will have Dr. Justin Green back on for that episode. So if you guys did not catch last week's or earlier this week's episode.
Yeah, it was
Tuesday's episode. Why does that feel like a week ago? Tuesday's episode on polygamy. Check that out. Dr. Green will be on for this upcoming Tuesday's episode. I will be having March calendar. I'll put that out. As we stated in the beginning, I did a huge Patreon drop today, so all of Keeping It Real is on there. Anime Court's episodes are up to date.
The newest episode of Anime Court dropped today. Please like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. So that one's open for you guys to view because they switched up the.
We changed it up on y'all. We started watching First Take. We said Stephen A. Hold my beer. I could do a better job.
Yeah. So check it out. Shay and I have Keeping It Real dropping on Thursdays. Our last episode of About You drops on Thursday, and then we will be starting Bel Air. All Patreon content, so please join. It's only $5 a month. Like, follow, and subscribe on every other major platform. We're on YouTube, obviously, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check us out. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay unapologetically black.
See you on Thursday.
Have a good night.